did get banned. Oh, there's my that's the one I want to see, the champ. Orion
Yeah,
Soul.
something about you putting champions on a wish list results in them getting drafted.
Well, Corki is definitely Fabi's best, but now I get to see Aurelion, so we're gonna see what this guy's up to at the mid, definitely.
Yeah, and I'm going to flag that because Famous did perform so well during the last game, right? Famous's Oriana was so much of what turned game number 3 around. Getting to see them pick up A-Soul, a little bit more of a roaming champion, a champion that acts traditionally through the early mid-game across the map, is going to be really fun to watch because I think it will give TODAK some of the agency they were missing during the first 2 games.
But look here, we got Lee Sin. He's been a very top tier ban, and now he's getting picked right here. So it's gonna be quite a sight to see. First Lee Sin of today so far.
First Lee Sin to get drafted. We've seen one banned every game previously. You also have the very beefy frontline over there for Homiee as they're going to complete their draft. It is Gragas to take over the mid lane. It will be Darius up in top, Lee Sin in the jungle, and a Xayah Leona bottom lane. Here in game number 4, as I said earlier, we have a series on our hands, Jackie.
And let's just hope it will be a game of 5 games total, but yeah, we'll have to see.
I know you've played some League of Legends PC in the past. Are you familiar with Silver Scrapes?
No. Please explain that.
So there's a I guess meme is the right word for it. There's a particular song that the LCS and all of the pro leagues in League of Legends always play if you go to 5 games during the break before that 5th game. They always play a song called Silver Scrapes. So we'll see if we can roll out the Silver Scrapes. At least metaphorically. I'm not sure if we have the license here, but you can play it. You can play it on your own personal PC. If we get game 5.
Well, that is if Homiee goes aggressive and they wouldn't take this one. But actually, who do you look forward to take this one for this game number 4?
Well, coming out of the draft, I would have said TODAK. But we're now a couple seconds into the game, a minute 36. And I'm seeing an awful lot of the roaming aggression that earned Homiee their early leads, and they're doing it through this Lee Sin. And that is a very worrying sign if you're a TODAK fan.
Just like I've said during the draft, that Homiee, they are a very aggressive team.
Ooh, stunned up! Winter's Bite finds it! And First Blood will go over yet again to TODAK.
Alright, just like I've said, they are very aggressive, Homiee. But TODAK was in their jungle, so technically Homiee wasn't being aggressive. It was just unfortunate they just walked by there. So good job on TODAK getting that First Blood.
Well, it was a consequence of Yilang spending the entire early game roaming with the Lee Sin, right? They went across the entire map looking for a fight, and TODAK saw that and said, hey, you know, this Leona's going to have to come back through this bush. We can just sit here and find the kill. Really good heads-up play. We will pay attention in a short while to the first Drake of the game coming up. Can start watching as the vision does get set up for it. Around now is when I'm looking to see Famous, you know, start roaming. They're going to go back to base, complete their first cycle. Just bought Haunting Guise, which is your standard first back. And now you're looking for the presence that a roaming A-Soul can bring to these sidelines. Especially the bottom lane, headed into, again, our first Drake of the game.
You reckon this Soul pick was picked because they know Homiee loves the objectives, and Soul is definitely good at counter-initiating if he comes out of nowhere?
Yeah, I think A-Soul is very good at that. Our good lad Aurelian isn't counter-initiating on this fight, though. Taking his time for now. And the fight's coming to him. Zenith Blade will go slightly short there for Yilang. Throughout the engage on Leona, wasn't quite able to make it reach. And that is very fortunate for Famous, who I don't think knew that was happening. I think Famous just got very lucky there.
Oh no, not looking good here. Oh, he's gonna back off.
Oh.
Okay.
Anti-synergy. Xian was walking away from the bush, didn't realize they were going to get it.
But here comes the Drake. In the hands of TODAK initiating first.
Solar Flare dive in from Yilang. Does not find the opener they want. Valkyrie is spent from Fabi just to stay alive. Cataclysm from Zen round the side. In the meantime, TDK use a lot of lockdown. Hextech ultimatum there as well. And they keep their backline safe, but lose control of the Dragon Pit. Xian's going to go back in, maybe trying for a steal here. But they don't have access. Oh, and the Darius pulls them in. Guillotine comes down. Drake secure, kill as well. The Guillotine will strike again. Low HP across the board as Homiee find 2, make it 3. Zen with a double to their own bank account.
Well played by Homiee right there. And this is definitely looking good. They got the start they wanted, and now they're gonna be rolling on, catching it up, maintaining this lead they have so far. And yeah, Homiee, the master of objectives in the river.
What a fight from Zen. They only got credit for 2 of those kills, but the Guillotine is what took Fabi down that low as well. So really, they ought to have gotten all 3. Just a very aggressive Darius start, and one of the better top lane impacts I've ever seen this early on in the game.
Definitely, Homiee does have a very aggressive lineup, and they will be looking up onto this next objective coming in.
Rift Herald on the board, and Homiee would like to keep themselves rolling. They know they have an advantage right now, and they want to press it. TODAK opt not to contest the Rift Herald, which is understandable, but this is how they fell into pits before. They lost the first fight and they decided to, you know, just give up the next couple, allow map control to go over. Never got back into this. Oh, what a flash over the wall from Zen.
They killed the little corgi. That's not something you want to see. It's something cute going down.
Something I want to see. Blood for the blood god.
Are you a dog person now?
I am. I do like corgis. You know, sacrifices have to be made. Good lord. I always forget how big the Aurelian Soul stuns can get on Wild Rift. And they just
so
come in and cover half the screen, and I'm astonished.
I think Aurelian Soul's abilities look so beautiful because it's all about stars and stuff.
Did you look up his voice lines during the break?
Oh crap! No, I had to write it down. I had to write all of these down. Okay, wait. I'll take a look at it later, but we're gonna get on. Yeah, I'm sorry about
that. Turret pressure down bottom as Homiee have continued to aggress. And they're looking very good because TODAK have just kind of gone back to their default, which is allowing Homiee to run the map. And we saw what that left them with before. Homiee very comfortable setting and maintaining a tempo. They'll drop the Rift Herald here in the mid lane. See if they can grab another turret across the map. At the very least, they do get 2 plates off of it. Yeah, it will be another turret. As they complete the trifecta, all the tier 1s down.
Complete control on Homie's side. Now they just have to wait for the next objectives, which is their favorite, all the Drakes.
Oh!
But after maybe picking up someone off, which they failed to. But no problem for them. They've definitely got all their objectives down.
Yeah, there will be a challenge to that in a moment. That is going to be the Cloud Drake, second Drake of the game, which Xion is already around, but where's the rest of TODAK?
TODAK,
what are they doing, Jackie?
They should be understanding what's happening, because TJ, I've said many times, Homiee is predictable in terms of the objectives, but this is the first time TODAK's like, okay, it's not the first time they're ignoring, but it just seems like I thought they would understand what Homiee is doing.
Yeah.
But they're letting this one go.
And Xion doesn't
they
want
know
to.
this is happening.
Yeah,
He's probably asking his teammate,
like,
where are you guys?
Get over here!
That's a free Drake. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe we'll have to see if TODAK needs. Yeah, you're saying?
Here's what's the most upsetting about that to me, right? It's okay to concede a Drake, especially if you don't think you can win the fight, but you have to get something else. Homiee put all of their players on one point of the map. They had 4 players around that Drake. Use that time to achieve something else. And TODAK didn't do that. They didn't even set up vision in near the Baron or anything like that. They just walked around their own jungle for a minute.
Now, the fact that you just said they are walking around the jungle for a minute. Wait, hold that thought. It might be a fight here.
Solar Flare will go through. Xion very nearly dead. Will drop the Cataclysm at the very front of this fight and is knocked into GA. From the bush comes the rest of their team, but they can't gain access yet again. Xion is left out to dry. And with the jungler dead, it's not Drake time anymore, Jackie. It's Baron time.
But like I think they're going to be taking this one on Homie's side.
Yeah, they have to. TODAK needs a contest. You see what they can get out of it. Oh, they've already lost Fabi. And this is just over. And they'll lose Saki as well. And I do not see a way back into this game. Homiee are looking so good in Game 4, which would close the semi-final and guarantee them qualification to the main event.
Now, as I was saying right before the team fight, you said they were just jungling and they weren't really responding. This is just the same as the game number 2, was it? Where they just didn't respond. This is the same playstyle. They're not responding, and they're just doing their own thing.
But they're not doing their own thing. That's the frustrating part. Well, they're not doing anything. You know,
that's the thing. Like, it just feels like it's not going well.
Oh dear. We have a little bit of a delay between us, if you notice some awkward pauses. Every now and then we talk over each other consistently. But you know, there's some jungle being picked up here. There's Fabi's getting a little more gold, but it just doesn't seem worth it. And Homiee are laying a trap here. Oh dear. Goodbye, Famous! And that might be 2. Solar Flare lands onto Xion. They're locked down. There's no way out of it. A double kill goes over, and that unlocks the Baron because yet again the jungler is gone. But this time, TODAK only have 3 players to try and force them away. Yilang will go over the wall, joined by LC2 in the front lines, and Fabi is just being bodied. Glacial Fissure goes wide. LCC2 will finally go down. But the Baron is taken, and TODAK aren't even contesting it.
TODAK, they're not responding at all. I think this feels like what you call a hope TODAK makes a mistake. I think that's what you called it.
Yeah, that's my phrase. When games are so unwinnable that the only way back into it is the other team making a grievous error. And I think that's where you're at, you know. And I don't think that's where they were at a moment ago, but Homiee now with the Baron have the game in the bag. And all that remains to be done is TODAK are going to sit back and wait for an opportunity to present itself. And if one doesn't, they ought to lose the game. They think they've found one here, though. And Zen is alone, but they'll flash quite easily out of the Cataclysm. And my god, that Darius is looking for more.
I feel like TODAK just needs to wait behind their turrets and just wait for some kind of mistakes coming in for a favorable team fight.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the favorable team fight isn't going to present itself to them. Going for that Darius is the right idea. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out. And I don't think you're going to get another isolated player like that.
Well, we'll see if Xion can make some kind of difference. That's my best hope for him right now. If Xion can initiate well along with these Aurelion.
Oh! Zenith Blade falls short. So Famous doesn't die. But they do reset all the way back inside the base. And the first inhibitor turret has fallen as Baron minions chipping away at the second inhibitor turret here in the mid lane. The A-Soul stun will zone back the front lines. But Homiee are quite okay with being zoned back, because guess what's back?
Drake time, your favorite.
Woo!
But it seems like everything is just going downhill from now. TODAK, they need to get rid of this Xayah, I feel, if there's a way for them to actually win this. Oh, this is so satisfying, everyone teleporting at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really need to get rid of this Xayah.
CY has been a terror across this entire series. I think they're my series MVP. We don't choose the MVP. I believe the other broadcast does that, but we will get an MVP. But if I had to choose, if I had to pick one, it would be either Liang or CY on the Xayah.
What about, how has Febby been doing, in your opinion, so far? He's been doing the most damage for every time he plays this Febby, or at least the second person.
Febby can be my SVP at this rate. We don't know what that means, but you don't get MVP on the losing team. Oh, do it. He does! Oh, for the wall! The deep dive in, Solar Blade followed, the inhibitor turret will fall, and this is looking like game. Homiee bringing the forces to bear, a deep dive into the Nexus, and indeed, in 3-1 fashion, Homiee will qualify for the main event at the Icon Series group stage.